So Siddhartha believed that the middle way was a path to enlightenment. One night he sat beneath a big tree called the Bodhi tree with the intention of considering all his experiences through meditation. He could not stop meditating until he had all the answers, and he meditated for 49 days and reached enlightenment. Siddhartha had now become Buddha, the enlightened one. So, Buddha's enlightenment teaches us that life sometimes can be painful. The way to deal with suffering is to learn the lessons that pain is trying to teach you. Once you learn the lesson, you will move on to the next lesson. You will become enlightened. Once you've learned all the lessons your soul has not learned in the previous lives or the past lives, your soul will keep going through the pain of another lifetime till you have reached nirvana. Whether you believe in the teachings of Buddha is up to you. His lessons are profound. If you remain static where you are right now with no intentions of learning any more lessons in your life, you are bound to suffer more greatly. So you will experience the same thing over and over again. So without ever seeing anything outside the walls of your convictions, always a good idea to learn more, right? So we are not talking about relationship messes. We're not talking about breakups and heartbreaks and all that shit of jazz of trauma, depression, and breakups, and being ditched and divorces and stuff like that. We're talking about the real pain and the suffering. And why it hit me hard was that over the last 2.5 years, or 3 years, or 4 years, I've been so many times to the hospital. And I have seen so many people go through suffering, so many people suffer, that I have realized that, it is a big blessing to find your purpose in helping people. But the first thing is to kind of assist yourself and help yourself first. You have to find the balance within you and stuff. You have to kind of be thankful, and you have to count your blessings and everything and all, because if you don't give yourself that happiness, you cannot give happiness to anybody else. So what did I do? I came back on certain days feeling so bad about the world. There's sort of so many questions in my mind. They're still sitting there behind my head. When I sit here and I talk, I think about the hospital. I think about those people lying there in those, uh, you know, ICUs and stuff like that. In the formative years of the illnesses I saw, I started writing about it. I started sharing about it. I started participating in events and stuff. And then I started doing something about it. Then happened this thing about associating myself with causes and feeding children, distributing food, and all that. I still continue doing it. But now, when I'm not doing it, it's coming to me when I've read this book. And now I realize that as I sit here, should I feel bad for me? Should I feel pity for me? Should I consider myself a victim? Should I think I had to go through those lessons to learn the hard way that I have to actually have gratitude, that the fact that I'm alive. And I had to see pain and suffering in the last 2.5 years to know the value of my health and everything. So, you have an answer to this? If you think I do, then you could drop in a message for me, because I think I actually was sharing and talking a lot about joy and happiness and stuff. And then I realized that, it's very important to be happy. It's very important to be joyful, because there's so many things that can happen in your life, not just about marriage, not just about true love, not just about your children, not just about your family, not just about your business falling apart, not just about anything and everything, but also around, other things around you and stuff. And I saw this one guy a few days back at the hospital, his wife in the ICU. I felt so bad about it. And this was because of the pollution and stuff. And I was like, there's so much going wrong in the world and stuff, and we are sitting over here and complaining about petty stuff. And what really, 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 really occurred to me was that all through our life, we are kind of focusing so much on materialistic gains and luxurious lives, and body figures and appearances and stuff and all that. Well, okay, to a point it's good. I also take care of myself and stuff, and I've got my health and my fitness goals and all that, and I've done it all through my life and all. But after a point of a time, you realize that this is not just it. There is more beyond that, and that can only happen to you when you find a purpose bigger than yourself and stuff, and it's not because you're in business or because you're in marketing or you're promoting services or you're promoting yourself or you're promoting a brand or whatever. There has to be an element of generosity, or you have to feel humane enough to do something for the world and stuff. So if you believe in that, write in, start doing something for the world. You can do charity. It's getting cold, so probably you could just donate a few books, maybe quilts, or maybe just some food, or maybe some biscuits, maybe just sheets, pillows, cushions, or whatever for dogs and animals and stuff. I got one made for the strays and stuff. I just got one stitched with I mean, some old fabric and stuff. So you could do that too. Or what you could do is just buy probably 100 or 200 rupees worth of biscuits and stuff, and start distributing it to the voiceless animals. And if you can do some donations and charities and hospitals and stuff, that'll really help. So love and luck, and take care, have fun, have a blast. And lucky are those who are born in great environments and whose parents are taking care of their children and everything and all that. Because if you were to step into places like these, you know how hard it is for so many people and how blessed you are and stuff. So every day, a big thank you to parents and families who are taking care of you and stuff, and a big thank you to God, and a big thank you to your organizations and your bosses and stuff who are paying you enough and paying you well that you can go back home and you can carry on your jobs and stuff and all that. Because if you were to venture into a world where there is so much going wrong and stuff, and you do not have, your salary is coming to you and stuff, you're going to be in a bad spot. So start your day on a Monday with gratitude for the organizations where you work and stuff. So I'm Jashin Kapani, and this was a chapter from this book, How to Ikigai. So I follow Buddhism and stuff, so I got reading this. So love and luck, and take care, have fun, have a blast. We can all bring something to an organization or to the world and stuff. It doesn't have to be cutthroat competition. It doesn't have to be cutthroat salesmanship and marketing and stuff. Because many times competition also brings a lot of darkness and the dark side out of people and stuff. So wherever you can, be in touch with your softness and your generous side and stuff, and help the world look more beautiful and more amazing, because there is a lot of goodness in it and you can contribute to it, right? So love and luck, and take care, and have fun and have a blast. Bye bye. Cheers. Take care. Bye bye. And do meditate so you have more awakenings and more answers, uh like and you become the Buddha, the awakened one. Yeah, like Siddharth. Yeah, bye bye. Take care.